Good Thursday evening. Promise I'd do one of these again. I actually liked the first one. Thank you guys for the love and support. Little bit goes a long way. So, I know I ain't um, one of these guys that pull in like thousands, tens of thousands of views every day, but it's a start somewhere. So I do appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening to what I had to say about the Phils. Now we're at a point where there are between 4 and 7 games left in the MLB season. Um, the Toronto Blue Jays are making their first World Series appearance since 1993. The less said about that, the better. If you're a Phillies fan, you already know. Dodgers are making their World Series return. They're looking for a two-peat. So is it first World Series championship since 93, or is it back-to-back World Series? Well, first game is tomorrow at 8. It's at the Sky Dome. I know it's called the Rogers Center, but Sky Dome just sounds so much cooler. So it's at the Sky Dome. Blake Snell's going to be pitching for the Dodgers. He's been dealing all year for them. So we'll have to see what he does. Trey Yesavage will be pitching for the Blue Jays. He's been doing pretty solid. His numbers look pretty good. We'll have to see how he does against the Dodgers and their hitting crew. Shohei coming off of that dominant performance in Game 4 against the Brewers. How do you stop that? How do you stop Mookie Betts? How do you stop Will Smith, who's had a pretty good postseason? And, of course, I don't think he's really done that well. But also, how do you stop Kike Hernandez, who always ends up being one of the guy in October who ends up doing something really spectacular? But then you look at the other side. You look at the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have a ton of hitters, led by ALCS MVP Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's had a really good postseason. He's just been hitting the ball really well, getting it over the fence. So yeah, it's come down to this. Now, my prediction for the World Series, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dodgers won, right? They have the keys to end up what everybody is saying, ruining baseball. It's everybody's talking about, oh, we need a salary cap in baseball. I can't say much. My team has the fourth highest salary in the league. We still can't get it done with the guys that we have, and we pay them to hit the ball, and we just can't get it done. So I used to be able to say that when we didn't spend, like, oh, they're ruining the league. They're just splashing money. Well, we did too, and it didn't work. So, yeah, does this ruin baseball? Does this ruin baseball if they win a second? Because they're spending, I think, 300, and their roster is worth like 350 mil per annual. So it might be more than that. But where do I see the series going? Um, I think it splits at the Rogers Center or the Sky Dome. Um, I think the Jays come back to the Sky Dome in Game 6, up to in 2-1 over at the Dodger Stadium, and I think they wrap it up at home. So I think it's Dodgers. I think it is Jays in 6. The World Series MVP, I think it's George Springer. He had probably one of the most clutch home runs I've seen in quite some time, and I've seen a few of them. But he came up big when they needed him. I think he's going to do the same thing. And I think Toronto is on to something besides the Maple Leafs. I think they're a championship town again this year. So um, let me know what you think. This video isn't going to be longer than it was. This weekend, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the NFL. I know you guys like football, so I'm going to get ahead and just talk some NFL stuff. I know we got the trade deadline around the corner, so I really want to get into that, who I think are big buyers, big sellers, who I think needs to be buyers and sellers, and what's a need for some teams that are struggling. Probably going to be talking about the Ravens a lot in that one, so we'll definitely see. But guys, please comment what you guys would like to see. I might get some TikTok videos out because I have something that I definitely want to do, and I think you guys will like it. So more to come on that. So comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends. If you love sports, I love sports too. So come see where this journey takes me. I don't know if it's going to take me anywhere. All I know is I'm a guy who loves sports, and I'm a guy who loves bringing it to you. This is Keith Carr, signing out.